Please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. It's an honor to be here today on behalf of the more than 4.5 million moms and dads, sons and daughters. Gotta push that button, that white button. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's an honor to be here today on behalf of the more than 4.5 million moms and dads, sons and daughters in every state across our nation who make up the National Rifle Association of America. There are 4.5 million active members of the NRA, and they're joined by tens of millions of supporters throughout the country. It's on behalf of those millions of decent, hard-working, law-abiding citizens that I'm here today to give voice to their concerns. The title of today's hearings is, What Should America Do About Gun Violence? We believe the answer to that question is to be honest about what works and honest about what doesn't work. Teaching safe and responsible gun ownership works, and the NRA has a long and proud history of doing exactly that. Our Eddie Eagle child safety program has taught 25 million young children that if they see a gun, they should do 4 things. Stop, don't touch it, leave the area, and call an adult. As a result of this and other private sector programs, fatal firearms accidents are at the lowest level in 100 years. The NRA has over 80,000 certified instructors who teach our military personnel, law enforcement officers, and hundreds of thousands of other American men and women how to safely use firearms. We do more and spend more than anyone else on teaching safe and responsible gun ownership. We join the nation in sorrow over the tragedy that occurred in Newtown, Connecticut. There is nothing more precious than our children, and we have no more sacred duty than to protect our children and to keep them safe. That's why we asked former Congressman and Undersecretary of Homeland Security Asa Hutchinson to bring in every available expert to develop a model school shield program, one that can be individually tailored to make our schools as safe as possible. It's time to throw an immediate blanket of security around our children. About a third of our schools right now have armed security already because it works, and that number is growing every day. Right now, state officials, local authorities, and school districts in 50 states are considering their own plans to protect children in schools. In addition, we need to enforce the thousands of gun laws already on the books. Prosecuting criminals who misuse firearms works. Unfortunately, we've seen a dramatic collapse in federal gun prosecutions in recent years. Overall, in 2011, federal firearms prosecutions per capita were down 35% from their peak in the previous administration. That means violent felons, violent gang members, and drug dealers with guns, and the mentally ill who possess firearms are not being prosecuted. And that is completely and totally unacceptable. And out of more than 76,000 firearms purchases supposedly denied by the federal instant check system, only 62 were referred for prosecution, and only 44 were actually prosecuted. Proposing more gun laws while failing to enforce the thousands we already have, it's not a serious solution for reducing crime. I think we can also agree that our mental health system is broken. We need to look at the full range of mental health issues, from early detection to treatment to civil commitment laws to privacy laws that needlessly prevent mental health records from being included in the National Instant Check System. While we're ready to participate in a meaningful effort to solve these pressing problems, we must respectively, but honestly and firmly disagree with some members of the committee and many in the media and all the gun control groups on what will keep our kids and keep our streets safe. Law-abiding gun owners will not accept blame for the acts of violent or deranged criminals, nor do we believe that government should dictate what we can lawfully own and use to protect our families. As I said earlier, we need to be honest about what works and what does not work. Proposals that would only serve to burden the law-abiding have failed in the past, and they'll fail again in the future. Semi-automatic firearm technology has been around for 100 years. They're the most popular guns for hunting, target shooting, self-defense. Despite this fact, Congress banned the manufacture and sale of hundreds of semi-automatic firearms and magazines from 1994 to 2004. And independent studies, including one from the Clinton Justice Department, proved that it had no impact on lowering crime. And when it comes to background checks, let's be honest. Background checks will never be universal because criminals will never submit to them. There are a lot of things that can be done, and we ask you to join with us. The NRA is made up of millions of Americans who support what works. The immediate protection for all, not just some of our school children, is what's needed, and swift, certain punishment of criminals who misuse guns and fixing our mental health system. We love our families, we love our country, we believe in freedom, and we're the millions from all walks of life who take responsibility for our safety and protection as a God-given fundamental American right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.